You've seen it in every research paper, heard it in every stats class, the p-value. But what does it actually mean? Let's break it down like you've never heard it before. A p-value is not the probability that your hypothesis is true. It's not the chance that your treatment worked. And it definitely doesn't mean your research is bulletproof. So what is it? A p-value is the probability of seeing your data, or something even more extreme, if the null hypothesis were true. In other words, if your treatment or intervention did nothing, what are the odds you'd still get these kinds of results? So when you see a p-value of 0.003, it means there's a 3% chance these results happened just by random variation, assuming there was no real effect. That's why we use 0.05 as a cutoff. It's an arbitrary but widely accepted threshold. If your p-value is below 0.005, we say the result is statistically significant, but that doesn't mean it's practically important. Let me explain that. Statistical significance just means, hey, it's unlikely we saw this result by chance alone, but it doesn't tell you how big the effect is, whether it matters in real life. If your sample size was large enough to begin with, you can have a tiny difference and a very small p-value, especially if your sample size is huge. And on the flip side, you can have a really meaningful difference, but miss statistical significance just because your study was too small. That's why context matters. So, next time you read, the result was statistically significant p0.05, don't stop there. Ask, how strong is the effect? Is it clinically or socially meaningful? And what's the confidence interval? Because numbers don't speak for themselves, you have to interpret them. That's the power of statistics. Not just crunching numbers, but asking the right questions.